So I hadn't had a chance to watch yesterday's show and figure out what was going on, but I felt like we were being watched.
Watched? Isn't that kind of the point? We make this show, we put it on the web, people watch us?
No, not like these people watching us. Like, I felt like there was like an ominous presence behind me watching us.
Really? Like maybe a tall man in black just kind of walking back and forth?
I wasn't sure what was going on, but yes, there was a force back there of the tall, dark, and bratty variety. With all the talk of bounty hunters, I was thinking that you might have tried to put a hit out on me.
Not my style. I do my own dirty work.
Fair enough. All right, we're here.
We're here.
Hey, guys.
Bay 101, day 3.
Yes.
A? Just day 3.
Day 3A. We are here at day 3, and we're hanging out in front of the fish tank because we're in the tank with Jess and BJ. So we are going to recap the action from this side of the casino in front of Poseidon's Playground.
Poseidon's Playground?
There's a little plaque. That's what this tank is called. It's called Poseidon's Playground.
Now, did you know, I saw under the plaque, this tank was designed by WPT Season 5 Player of the Year, J.C. Tran. He designed this aquarium.
What?
J.C. Tran.
BJ, you really think the Bay 101 Casino was like, we so admired your Season 5 performance and you bubbled our event in Season 6, and when we think of bubbles, we think of fish. So you, J.C. Tran, designed this fish tank.
I don't know why. I just know the plaque says designed by J. Tran, and I mean, really.
J. Tran?
How many J. Trans can there be?
BJ, honestly.
JC, congratulations. Fine work. All right, but on to other things.
I can't handle you.
Let's
just settle
up.
Get down to business. At least we can agree on that front.
Yes.
This over-under we did yesterday was a doozy, by the way.
Closest sweat you could possibly have.
And I was sweating. I, during the day, sweat these bets a little more than you.
I forgot completely about it.
We are down to the over-under yesterday, to clarify, 3.5 bounties.
Would make it to day 3 today with 24 players left. Bookie set the line at 3.5.
At 25 players left, still had 4.
4 bounties.
And they all had fair amounts of chips. No one was like severely short.
But all below average, so they were vulnerable.
Yes. Then
John
Jawanda shoves all in on the river against Dan Smith. Dan rivered a full house, so it was kind of a standard spot to call. And then
standard spot to call. You're generous. Yeah, so on the last card, on the last hand of the night, that's when I lost the bet.
Good game, John Jawanda. So we do have some bounties left.
3.5 bounties. 3 bounties left.
Yes, but before we get to them, let's go ahead and get the other over-under on the table for tomorrow.
All right. One of the bounties remaining is Mike Sexton. Mike Sexton, who is our commentator here on the World Poker Tour. He is currently ranked 13th in chips with 24 remaining.
Which is below average, but Sexton's been playing with a below average stack for about a day and a half now. It seems to be no worse for the wear for it.
He is a Hall of Famer after all.
Yes.
So how deep will Mike Sexton finish? The bookie set the line at 10.5. Now, if you take the under, that means you're saying he will do better than that.
Yes.
Under is final 10. Over means he busts 11th or higher. Jess?
I want to see Mike at the final table because I think that would be just beyond cool.
Well, he'll be there regardless.
Yes, but
you want him at the table.
I also kind of enjoy the idea of the impending chaos of what are we going to do. But with his chip stack and with the people that are left in this really tough field, I'm going to have to say over. But let me clarify, I don't think it will be by much. I'm predicting 12th, 11th place, somewhere in there.
You know, Kathy got upset when you picked the over on her.
And then
I have faith. Mike's a Hall of Famer, plays the short stack well.
Faith,
he's going to go deep. He's going to make this final table.
I hope you're right, for once.
I'm taking the under.
I almost never hope you're right, but in this case I do. I hope you're right.
Well, it's a good thing to hope for because it often happens.
All right, so Mike Sexton's still in. You mentioned Kathy Liebert.
Yes.
She's clearly no worse for the wear, thinking that I don't have any faith in her, because she's right back with another deep run here.
And we were talking about her at the Playdown Day at the last stop at Commerce. She finished 18th place, final 2 tables, and here she is again on the Playdown Day, another deep run. Hopefully this time she can punch on through.
Well, she does tend to perform well here, as women in general tend to perform well at the Bay 101.
Yes, two second-place finishes by women here.
And one of them by her in Season 7 against Steve Brecker. Really long heads-up match that she could have just as easily ended up taking down.
Yes. Yeah.
Kathy's road to make the final 24 was not an easy one. She's been through the ringer yesterday.
With the bounty on her head, she was all in and at risk 6 times yesterday, usually with the best of it or pretty close. Bless you. And it held up every time. She doubled up 6 times yesterday, still alive. Yes, I will take that. All right. 6th-time double up for Kathy Liebert.
These are scary, dangerous waters.
Sorry, just had to take care of something.
Playground.
All right, the other bounties we still have also had to overcome some things. Mike Sexton had to double up twice yesterday. One
in a not-so-great situation, by the way.
Pocket 3s against Galen Hall's pocket 7s.
3 on the flop. Mike and Galen Hall had a bit of a contentious... It wasn't angry, but like the two of them battled a lot. And in this particular day, it seemed like the 3s obviously being good fortune, but it also seemed like Mike was getting the best of him in a lot of other pots, too.
Right.
So.
All right. And
then we have Mike Matusow.
Mike the Mouth Matusow.
Not very mouthy yesterday.
No, but he was very, when Mike is on his game, he does very well, and he made it to the final 24. He also doubled up twice. Not too much of a dog, but his big spot was flopping a set against another player's flush and getting it all in, and he got there making the full house.
Yes.
So those are our 3 bounties still left in the field.
They are all tightly packed together in a row in the counts, too, but they are all also below average.
Right.
So it remains to be seen because we've got some online poker sharks circling the water, eager to get some bounties. Though there was a funny moment yesterday where chip leader Joris Springle called Kathy Liebert's all in after Vivek had raised, thinking that this was going to happen. Vivek, honest to God, forgot that Kathy was a bounty and folded his hand. And then it turned out he had the best
As
hand.
the board came out, he would have won the pot.
Yes. Oh, no, he would have lost. Kathy, I think he had a bigger ace. Kathy had ace-6. Joris had queen-jack, but... He had forgotten she was a bounty and folded in a spot where he would otherwise call. These guys are desperate for these bounties because the bounty hunting is a lot of fun, as indicated by...
Although, once we get to today, it takes kind of a lesser importance.
Yeah.
Now you've got the final table in sight. That $5,000 bounty, suddenly you've got to weigh it against the risk of doubling them up.
And you're in the money, too, and I think once you're out of the money... When you're still out of the money, people are getting in their head that they could be on a free roll or that sort of thing.
Quick side note, yesterday we picked who we thought the big bounty hunters would be. I picked Stephen Kelly because he already had 2.
I picked Lane Flack because he just seems like a guy who would be a bounty hunter if he weren't a poker player.
And we were both right. Both of them have, that's a score for us. Both of them have 3 bounties each. Although my guy is still alive.
The chance to pick up more, though when they did break the tables, they don't redraw at 24.
Right.
Stephen Kelly's table was one of the ones without a bounty on it, 6-handed, so we're going to be having tables break frequently and redraw frequently.
He's still got a shot. Lane Flack, unfortunately, bubbled.
He stone bubbled the money, though he did get what is amounting to a min cash by picking up
3 $5,000 bounties equals a 15,000 min cash. Softens the blow.
It doesn't seem like Lane was happy to go out on the bubble. He seemed
never is.
A little more upset than most people, but imagine how irate he would have been did he not have a $15,000 worth of bounties to soften the blow. All right. That's who was out. Who's still in? We've got the 3 shooting stars, but we've got big names outside of that, too.
Yes. Vivek Rajkumar, who made the final table at Commerce, is back in the hunt again with a big chip stack.
Top 3 in chips, one of 3 players over $1 million. George Springle is the chip leader with...
just about 1.5 million.
And then Alan Sternberg, 1.1. Right. Vivek right behind him with almost 1.1.
Right.
I feel like we didn't see him much this season, and then he just shows up in LA and starts crushing.
Is on a run.
So, even though he didn't really do much this season, he now could potentially be a contender in the WPT Player of the Year race.
First or second, he takes the lead. Third, he ties any final table, and he really makes a race of it against Andy Frankenberg.
That it wouldn't even take a final table; it would take cashing to tie it up. He also could be a leader in the other Player of the Year races, as can PCA champ Galen Hall. He's below average in chips, whereas Vivek's up over $1 million. But the two of them, it is only March.
Right.
But this time last year, we were talking about Tom Marchese already, and he went on to win Player of the Year. So who knows? We may be seeing.
And Galen Hall having one PCA, if he could manage to win here, it would be almost like Seidel. Everybody talking about how hot Seidel is at the start of the year. Galen Hall has a chance to put himself right there in the same conversation.
If he wins this, he would have $3.3 million in winnings for the year, having played 3 tournaments. That's a pretty stellar Seidelian ROI.
Yes, it is.
Someone else worth mentioning still in the field.
All right.
Chris Trapani.
Yes.
I wonder if the Trapani family commissioned J.C. Tran to make this.
Good choice. Kudos
Well
to
played, Trapani family.
Trapani, who was our day 1 overall chip leader, son
And
of
the
the late
Marco.
casino owner Marco Trapani. It's a great story. If he makes the final table, that'll just be an emotional outpouring, I think, from all the fans here in San Jose.
And the fans are out in full force for Chris. Marco
Yes.
Jr. is here rooting him on. The people on the rail are very clearly
Very pro Trapani.
here for Chris, and he brings up his dad a lot, and I think it's really a sweet, fitting story that if he made the final table would be one of the warmer, heartfelt stories we've seen on the W.
All right, I think we've prepped today enough.
I think so. I want to go swim with the fishes.
Swim with the fishes? That sounds
And then
like
I want
a
you
mob
to go
hit.
sleep with the fishes.
There we go. All right, so final question of the day. Keep it quick. Jess, what is your favorite fish?
Catfish. You?
Wanda.
Like fish called
A
Wanda?
Fish Called Wanda, 1988 film. Jamie Lee Curtis,
But
Kevin Kline.
wait.
Awesome movie.
I thought Jamie Lee Curtis was Wanda.
She was named Wanda, but also so was the angelfish named Wanda.
Angelfish. Angelfish doesn't sound nearly as delicious as catfish. Catfish
You-
are bottom feeders. They have that delicious bottom feeding taste.
See, like in front of an aquarium, you're not supposed to eat the angelfish. It's just a beautiful fish. Are you going to eat these fish?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying fish are delicious.